Grab your hat. We're going undercover. Undercover where? Jack asked. The florist on the corner, Jean-Eddie Creed. And then the local sticker shop. We have a mystery to solve. Three's Company, Johnny, Jack sighed, following her out the door. Even when we're playing amateur detectives. Especially then, Jana said, it keeps us from focusing on the fact that the kitchen floor is still slightly sticky. Chapter 36, The Florist Fiasco. The florist shop, Bloom and Doom, was a small, humid enclave tucked between a hardware store and a very loud disco. The owner, a man named Mr. Bloom, looked as though he had spent his entire life arguing with pansies. He didn't look up when the bell above the door jingled, signaling Jeanne and Jack's arrival. We don't have any more baby's breath, Mr. Bloom barked, his voice like dry leaves. The disco kids bought it all for some ethereal rave. Jeanne, wearing a trench coat that was 3 sizes too large and a pair of sunglasses that made her look like a confused beetle, leaned over the counter. We're not here for the rave, Mr. Bloom. We're here for justice. Jack, standing behind her and trying to look inconspicuous by staring intensely at a plastic cactus, coughed, and daisies. Specifically, daisies delivered to apartment 201. Mr. Bloom finally looked up, his eyes narrowing. 201. The apartment with the waxy curtains? How do you know about the curtains? Jack asked, startled. The smell, boy, it's drifted halfway down the block. Smells like a lemon-scented car wash had a nervous breakdown. Mr. Bloom pulled a ledger from under the counter. Daisies, you say, with a gold sticker, Jana added, pointing to the evidence she'd brought in a plastic baggie. Mr. Bloom scanned the pages, his finger tracing the ink. Let me see. Daisies. Tuesday. Here it is. 1 bunch of daisies. Paid in cash. No name given. No name? Jonette's face fell. What about a description? Was he tall, dark, mysterious? He was wearing a sweater vest, Mr. Bloom said, shrugging. And he complained that the daisies were too cheerful. Said they were using up too much of the shop's oxygen. Jack and Jeanne exchanged a horrified look. Stanley Roper, Jack whispered. He's the secret admirer. But why? Jeanne asked, her mind racing. Why would Mr. Roper send Chrissy flowers? Is he trying to evict us through floral manipulation? Maybe he's not admiring her, Jack suggested. Maybe he's trying to poison her with hay fever, so we'll move out. We need to go to the sticker shop, Jean-Eddie Creed. The sweater vest is a clue, but the sticker, that's the smoking gun. Chapter 37, Larry's Ego Trip. As they left the florist, they bumped into Larry Dallas, who was currently admiring his own reflection in the window of a toaster. Hey, kids, Larry chirped, adjusted his lapels. You seen the news? There's a secret admirer on the loose in the building. I'm thinking of starting a betting pool. Larry, we think it's Mr. Roper, Jack said, his voice hushed. Larry's laugh was loud enough to startle a nearby pigeon. Roper, sending flowers. The only thing Stanley sends is an invoice for a leaky pipe he didn't fix. No, no. It's clearly someone with style. Someone with presence. Larry puffed out his chest. In fact, I received a mysterious note myself this morning. Slipped right under my door. A note? Jonna asked, her detective instincts flaring. What did it say? Larry pulled a crumpled piece of paper from his pocket. It was a gold sticker, just like Chrissy's. It's a sign, Larry whispered, his eyes gleaming with ego. She's out there, the woman of my dreams, and she's communicating through the medium of office supplies. Larry, Jack said, patting him on the shoulder. I think you need to sit down, or maybe see a doctor about your presence. Nonsense, Larry cried, already heading for the pier. I'm going to find my sticker queen. She's probably waiting for me at the arcade. Jack watched him go. If Larry's involved, this isn't a mystery anymore. It's a farce. It was always a farce, Jack. Jonna sighed. Now, to the hobby shop. Chapter 38. The Hobby Shop Revelation. The Sticky Business Hobby Shop was a paradise for people who enjoyed gluing things to other things. The walls were covered in glitter, felt, and every conceivable type of adhesive. The clerk was a teenager with a very impressive collection of pens. Gold stickers. Yeah, we sell them. 5 cents a sheet. Jonna presented her baggie. Who bought these recently? A man in a sweater vest. Perhaps. The sweater vest guy. The clerk asked, nodding. Yeah, he was in here. But he didn't buy 'em. He found a half-empty sheet on the floor and asked if he could have 'em for free to mark some structural hazards. Structural hazards? Jack asked. Yeah, the clerk said. He said he was going to stick 'em on anything in his building that looked like it was about to fall apart. Said it was cheaper than actually fixing stuff. The pieces began to fall into place in Jeanette's mind. The flowers on the doorstep. The stickers on the mahogany crate. Wait, Jack said, his eyes widening. If the stickers mean something is falling apart, then why did he put one on Larry's door? Because Larry is falling apart, Jonna said, starting to laugh. And the flowers. Chrissy didn't find them on her doorstep because she has an admirer. She found them because Roper found a bunch of discarded daisies in the trash, thought they were a fire hazard, and returned them to the nearest apartment with a sticker. So there is no admirer. Jack asked, a hint of disappointment in his voice. Not even a creepy one. Only Stanley Roper's sense of fire safety, Jonna said. Chapter 39, The Dinner Trap. When they got back to the apartment, they found Chrissy wearing a cocktail dress and setting the table for 4. What are you doing? Jonna asked, hanging up her trench coat. I'm inviting him for dinner. Chrissy chirped. I figured, if he's too shy to give his name, I'll just leave a note on the doorstep saying dinner at 7 o'clock. Admiral. Chrissy, stop, Jack yelled. There is no Admiral. It's just Roper. Roper. Chrissy's face went pale. You mean Mr. Roper is my secret admirer, but he's married, and he's Mr. Roper. He's not an admirer, Chrissy, Johnny explained